Alright, let's do our 4-1 recap of the first round, meaning the first 10 picks from the 2013 draft. So, obviously, starting with Greg Slaughter, which is, well, a no-brainer. Maybe we shouldn't even talk about top 3 anymore.
Next.
Kasi ano na yan.
Great pick.
Oh, okay na yan. No-brainer pick, Slaughter, Sanggalang, and Almasan. So, let's start with number 4. Forrester. James Forrester. Were you surprised that Ginebra got Forrester?
First surprise of the draft. I think everybody at Robinson's place and probably watching on TV was surprised with this pick kasi yung talent available ang dami pa eh. No? Nandoon pa sila Garcia, sina Bromeo, Teng, and down the order. Ang dami mo pang pwedeng pagpili ang matutunog na pangalan. Pero maybe the scouts of Barangay Nebra saw something in this guy na mapapakinabangan nila na, as we all know, that two-guard rotation ng Ginebra is a little aging. Forrester might be a project for them. He might contribute a bit this season, pero 2-3 years down the line, baka dun yung hinahanap nila.
How do you feel about this Forrester pick?
Nakita ko siya maglaro in D-League, and I know he's a hard worker. I just don't know how he's gonna fit in Ginebra now with, you know, JJ also healthy, and then si Marco Lima is also getting his groove back. Medyo mahirapan siya to start at first, but siguro nga may hindi tayo nakikita ng mga Ginebra coaches. But this was definitely surprising. I mean, anything after the third pick, lahat na yun parang wala talaga tayong alam.
Medyo ano na yan, medyo anything goes. Charles, your feelings about this Forrester
It's a
pick?
pretty good pick. I actually heard that they were really interested in him and that they had plans to pick him, so I wasn't that surprised. But you know, we've seen him work out. He's really athletic, as in, grabe. We've heard people compare him to Abueva kasi they're actually pretty much the same height, but you know, he can defend well. He's really athletic, and you know, I'm just a bit surprised why he didn't play too well towards the end of the NCAA season. Baka nag-iingat na kasi draft na, but you know, I agree with Magu in 2 to 3 years. We were talking about him and Jerick Teng before. I mean, with Coach Raiko, and he said, you know, if you want an immediate impact, it seems like Jerick Teng would be the guy. But you know, looking down the road, I mean, Forrester would be a really big addition.
Carlo, why get Forrester over like a Terence Romeo or an R.R. Garcia?
I don't know.
you don't know.
Kasi I thought the fourth pick was a Terence or RR.
May Tenorio in Montfort na raw sila.
Kahit na eh. Ewan ko, kasi for me, you can see na may Tenorio at may Montfort sa guard. But then, yung tres mo, hindi ba set na kay Chris Ellis yan? I mean, may Chris Ellis ka pa rin naman.
Would it make sense if I said, isn't getting Forrester like getting another Chris Ellis?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Similar.
So do you really need
Is that a plus or a
another Chris Ellis?
minus? I mean,
I don't know. It's nice to have athletic wing guys like
bagay.
that.
Oo nga.
Tsaka tatlo syllable din.
Ano?
Forrester.
Mukhang macha-chant talaga yan.
Chantable.
Chantable, ha? Okay, moving on, number 5, Terence Romeo for Global Port. Actually, i-lump sum na natin siya. So, Terence, RR, and Holstein for Global Port. Seems like Global Port really wanted to get the heart of this first round. Your thoughts on the rookie haul?
Yung Romeo muna, getting him, he plays better as a two-guard, di ba? Hindi naman siya talaga point guard. Garcia was playing the point in FEU. Pero having a guy as massive as Sol Mercado play the point will hide the fact na maliit si Romeo to play against the other two guards in the league. Kaya pag defense, yun ang ikot siguro nun. Garcia will have to play behind etong si Sol Mercado, and the other guy, si Austin, will have to learn a lot from the veterans.
Feeling mo, Miyaka, si RR... Feeling mo si RR happy siya na, uy, kasama ko pa rin si Terence?
Feeling ko hindi. I seriously thought.
Grabe naman kayo.
Bakit? Bakit
I
naman?
seriously thought na inisip nila, oh my God, PBA na to, this is our chance to, you know, break away. But no, pinagsama pa rin sila. But kasi nakita naman natin yung effect nila on FEU at some point nung hindi pa nagsa-second round.
Yeah, they were 7-0.
Oo, parang napakaganda naman samahan nila. Baka yun ang hino-hope ng Global Port. When it comes to Isaiah Holstein, he didn't make much of an impact when he was at Big Chill sa D-League. So, I'm not sure, but, you know, another big
nag-iingat
guy.
na rin.
Oo. Napakaaga naman yung mag-ingat. Last year pa yun. Pero, I'm sure, you know, another big guy in your team won't hurt.
He's really tall.
Yeah.
I think
And,
oh, yes.
meron siyang army background, so baka yung laban, yung puso yung hinahanap nila.
Pero
But I'm being nice, you know.
Enrico Villanueva is also with Global Port, so that guy is gonna have to work for minutes. Diba?
Okay. Ikaw, Carlo, feeling mo nung di tinawag si Terence, tapos yung tinawag na R.R. Garcia, napaganto ba si R.R.?
Hindi naman, mukhang masaya naman siya eh. It's a draft. I mean, you won't mind
Diba? I think
where you're heading.
Yeah, bottom line, no, narinig mo yung pangalan mo, di ba?
Okay na, pero nagulat ako na Holstein.
Talaga.
I mean, if for talent alone, if you wanted to draft talent, you would have gotten Jerick Teng.
Mm.
But, since R.R. Garcia and Terence Romeo, guard,
Kailangan you go big
kailangan
naman.
big. Which, personally, I would have wanted to see Nico or Justin go first. Because they are just PBA ready.
Yeah.
Compared to Holstein na mas matangkad naman talaga si Holstein.
Pero si Holstein, I think lahat ng coach na kinausap natin, parang ang trato sa kanya is gonna be sort of a project. You know? Like medyo long-term plan yung kay Holstein. Tama ba, Charles?
I think so. He worked out with us once. He wasn't that impressive, but I heard he wasn't feeling that healthy. And I'm honestly also a bit surprised with that pick because, looking at the lineup of Global Port, they have Jay Wash already, Enrico Villanueva, they have guys like John Dan Nabong. They have a lot of big men. I think what they really need is a wing scorer. I mean, of course, I don't know how they're gonna do it with Stoll and Romeo. Both guys need the ball, but you can't go wrong picking Romeo and R.R. Garcia. But I think one of their weaknesses was the wing position to score. Aside from Gary David, and now that he's gone, maybe Jerick Teng would have been a better fit. But that's just nitpicking. I'm sure they're happy with the way the draft unfolded.
Tira tuloy yung Rookie of the Year prediction ko.
Bakit?
Jerick Teng Global Port na ko eh. Wala, naging Holstein.
Bakit? Ba't hindi pa ba rin pwede? Anyway, sige. We'll talk about that later on. Okay, so Alaska, this is the YOLO pick. YOLO pick to.
Why is it a YOLO pick? Kasi parang ako, it's not surprising. I mean, so Alaska got Abueva the year before. It's not surprising to get somebody who's kind of like him.
You know why it's surprising? I had Buenafe for Alaska in my mock draft. Nagulat pa rin ako. Kasi di ba? Ayun, di ba, mock draft. Nagulat pa rin ako nung sinabi, Ryan Buenafe. Why? Because parang feeling ko, I didn't think that Luigi would actually push through with it. Narinig ko na that Luigi was seriously interested in Ryan Buenafe. As in, legit, interest. Hindi yung parang nagpapatawala siya. No, legit. You're not joking. First round pick yan. But I didn't realize that he was actually gonna do it.
Practicing with them, and the day na hindi ka siniputan, andun siya sa Alaska na practice.
So don't feel bad.
Hindi naman pala nag-Indian eh.
I think it's a...
Kaya nga tumaas yung stock niya.
Ryan Buenafe over Nuiles, Chua, Salva, Teng, Melton, Fortuna, isa na yun.
Actually, perfect fit.
Perfect?
Oo, mukhang gusto naman ni Coach Luigi
I think
yung mga ganyan
they were really looking for a guy who fits a triangle, and for me, he probably has the highest basketball IQ of everyone in the draft. They wanted a guy who he passes well, and he's not afraid to take the big shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to Alex Compton bakit, so medyo alam ko rin.
Daya ka eh.
It depends.
Is Coach Luigi going for attitude?
Yun, yung medyo bad boy nga, yung Calvin Abueva, yung ngayon Ryan
Hindi yung medyo bad boy.
Ayan, medyo bad boy.
Pero yung the last thing that Charles said, the guy who is willing to take the last shot, or not even just take the last shot, willing to have the ball in crucial situations, who will make the right decisions. Guy's a proven winner, high school, college, yung streak niya last year lang hindi nag-champion yan sa previous decade or something. The guy knows what he's doing. Let's see. Ako excited ako for Alaska having him.
My only concern is yung mga Alaska players, do they get like mga kahon ng Alaska? And do you get to choose kung low fat or never mind?
Automatic sa kanya low fat.
Ako yun nga kinalungkot.
Oy, pumayat na siya.
Alam ko pumayat na konti.
Ako dyan ako nalungkot. Dapat nag-number 9.
Sino?
Si Buenafe.
Pareho tayo. Gusto natin Rainer siya. But Rainer siya got Alex Nunes. And a lot of people were high on Alex. Dahil ko pinagtanungan and they consistent. Nunes was in the first round. Yan, mga towards the end of the first round. Sakto, number 9.
One of the most athletic guys in the draft, I think, by top 2 or 3. Grabe. I was actually talking to my brother about him. Earlier, we were having lunch, and I was like, he'd be a good fit for your team just because you look at the guys like Jairo Ibanez, yung mga Gabe Norwood. I mean, they've thrived under Coach Yang. Guys who can play defense. He's so athletic. Coach Cheng will find ways to get guys to score even if they're not really the scorers. Pero sa talent ni Noiles, I mean, he's gonna be good.
Saka, decent yung perimeter shooting niya. Kasi he can go for it all day.
Hindi, tsaka maganda pa. Swak siya sa run and gun style ni Rainer siya.
At kailangan nila ng slasher. I mean, marami na silang slasher, kailangan nila.
Good pick.
Okay, and finally, to round out the first round, Justin Chua. Oh, bakit? Wait, Justin Chua.
He was impressive nung tryouts.
So hindi lang D-League Finals, pati tryouts.
Pati nung
okay
tryouts
siya.
nung SMC, parang nagulat sila na ganun ka-consistent yung mid-range jumper niya.
Which is perfect for
Exactly,
Tim
for that
Gold.
high
That's
post.
perfect.
The Yancy
Yancy
post.
position.
He's very fundamentally sound because he worked under Coach Norman and he's smart. Obviously, he's been taught well. So I think for a guy who's probably gonna be like a backup player lang sa San Miguel, he'll be a big boost to them.
Alam mo, that's a good pick. Nakita ko siya nung finals ng D-League. In fairness, nagulat ako sa performance niya. I didn't
That's
know.
that's how he made
I
a
know,
name
but
for
I didn't
himself.
see that in Ateneo match eh. Pero at least dun nga, sabi niya sa akin in an interview, it was really his time to shine and he,
Time to shine kasi di rin niya kasama si Greg.
Ayun nga. Kasi palaging nasa...
Diba, hindi si Greg, si Raba yung kasama niya. So ito talaga, time to shine.
Any big man who comes out of the Coach Norman Black stable, alam mong quality yan. So, okay na yung pick na.
Okay, so there's our for the win recap of the first round.